Hey everyone, I'm back 72-hour marathon of learning about trans issues and trans rights and all things trans. I feel like I'm being gaslit as an American citizen, and I feel like they're trying to erase women. I know I sound crazy, but I want this on record because this is what I feel like. I mean, I like a good conspiracy theory as the next person, and believe me, I can come up with all kinds. But I want to explain to you what gaslighting is. I've got it on the, this is the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. I just Googled gaslighting. So what is gaslighting? It's psychological manipulation of a person, usually over an extended period of time, that causes the victim to question the validity of their own thoughts, perceptions, reality, or memories, and typically leads to confusion, loss of confidence, self-esteem, uncertainty, loss of confidence and self-esteem issues, uncertainty of one's emotional or mental stability, and a dependency on the perpetrator. Oh God. Thing. I'm sure we've all heard about Budweiser beer, Tampax tampons, Nike sports bras. He looks like a 12-year-old wannabe girl. Budweiser thinks that's what women are? Okay, so, you know, she's like the tip of the iceberg for me. I was pretty liberal a month ago. I have a couple of trans friends, and I'm like, whatever floats their boat, you know, I don't, okay. Now everything is clicking together for me. And I noticed the trans community uses genocide a lot, that we're committing genocide against them. What? No. They are giving sex-blocking hormones to children. They're saying that children can choose their sex at 13 months old. You know, what? I'm going to read to you what genocide is, and I believe they are trying to erase women. And I know that there's going to be people upset at me for saying that, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to be gaslit. Just look at nature. Nature. To have society continue and evolve and grow, you cannot be giving sex change operations to teenagers, removing the most sacred parts of our body, and then tell us that we're committing genocide? Look, once you get all those organs removed, you're not going to have any more kids. I guess they got sperm banks and egg, you know, they're saving the eggs. How are you affording all of this? Oh, I know, in my state, Medicaid will pay for you to get a sex change. What we are, our natural birthright, it's our birthright. I'm sorry if they don't feel like their birthright was correct. But to call us genocide and Nazis, I want to read this. What is a genocide? And you tell me, somebody had put a billboard up in England, and it said woman. It just said that, you know, woman, what a woman is, you know, it's a female adult human. And that was very, very offensive to the trans community, and I would like to know why, and why I can't be offended that my title is being given to you, and I'm getting a new one. I didn't ask for no cisgender, cis woman a title. Nobody asked me. I never had any, nothing. They just decided that that's what we are now, and that's what we will be called, and their little sissy girly men are going to promote beer and tampons and bras. And because this is what I believe is happening. And it's been happening really a lot more than I knew. Most women are at home raising their children. Jesus Christ, both parents have to have a job. You know, you're letting strangers raise your kids. No wonder everybody wants to change their sex and go by their feelings. I agree, feelings are big. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I feel as if my feelings are being hurt as a woman. My grandmothers have been in this country since the 1600s. And I know that through the years, they've gone through a lot of stuff. And they fought for us to even have a right to do anything. And now men want to turn into us and take it away and call us Nazis? And we're committing genocide? I don't think so. This is genocide. This is the description. I'm reading this from Wikipedia, and it's about genocide. Genocide is the intentional destruction of a people, in whole or in part. Raphael Lemkin coined the term in 1944, combining the Greek word genos, race, people, with the Latin suffix catio, act of killing. In 1948, the United Nations Genocide Convention defined genocide as any of the 5 acts committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group. These 5 acts were killing members of the group, causing them serious bodily injury or mental harm, imposing living conditions intended to destroy the group, preventing births, and forcibly transferring our children out of the group. Victims are targeted because of their real or perceived membership of a group, not randomly. Mother Nature. Forget about religion. Forget about science. What does Mother Nature tell you? Just look in history. Hormones. That's what's being stolen from young men. They don't even let them get to puberty to see what it actually feels like to be the sex you are. About puberty. Your hormones change. That's when you know who you are. And if you want to go on and change the sex when you're an adult and you pay for it, then that's fine. But don't be doing that to your children. Do not be doing that to your children. That is child abuse. It wasn't too long ago we were raising a stink about them circumcising girls in Africa. That's nothing compared to what they're doing here. They're completely stealing their whole fertility. The thing about people that make them sacred beings, we can create lives. And they're ripping it out of children. I'm very offended. I'm very offended. One thing in my life that has always been a constant and always been is that I am a girl and I am a woman. And I look at other girls and other women, and that's what they are. If the trans want to be trans, they need to come up with some other thing to call their... Don't steal our name. Don't take it. A woman gave birth to you. You went through a woman's birth canal or came out through a C-section. You were not born to a man, and I know now there is a pregnant man. That's not a man. That's still a woman. It's a woman with a beard and mustache. They're on drugs. That's another thing I'd like to bring up. You know, they go hand over fist to change somebody's sex, but they do absolutely nothing for the homeless people. You know, they closed all the mental institutions back in the 90s. They made all the women that were on welfare get a job when their baby's 6 months old or 6 weeks old, so they could start indoctrinating them. That's what it seems like to me. Why else? Why else would you take a baby away from a mother, you know, when they're an infant? I think they should bring welfare back from mothers. I think people should be allowed to raise their kids. Okay, well, we'll go see how this turned out. So, anyways, you guys, I just wanted to let you know where I stand on that. I stand on human rights, and I feel like human rights are being violated in every which direction. You know, the trans people thinking that we're out to sabotage them, and they can't even look at themselves and see. You know, you're being psychologist. You know, you're being convinced to change your sex. You haven't even had a chance to know what sex you are at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not really, honestly, until you're much older. You don't really realize how much your gender, your sex, means to you. And, yeah, we're not committing genocide against you. You're doing it to yourselves, happily, with a smile on your face, and trying to gaslight the rest of us that it's wonderful. Well, you know what? In about 40 years, 50 years, when you're old, and you have nobody around you because you have no kids because your fertility was destroyed, and you're rotting away in a nursing home, well, I guess you'll think about it then. Because that's what happens to people that don't have kids. They don't have anybody to take care of them when they're old. Your trans friends are all going to be old too. People aren't going to be there for you every single day. I know from experience, you know, they help. But when you get old or sick, you know, people's got lives to lead. That's why I didn't know about this stuff going on, because I have other things to think about as a woman. All right, you guys. Yeah.